The roots of this church's history extend back in part to the time when our work was first begun in Calgary. In 1903, the first converts to this message were baptized. All bore the name Görlitz, and it would seem that some were charter members of what was later to become the Bridgeland Seventh-day Adventist Church.
In 1978, Dennis Brons was the pastor of our church, which consisted of a small group of loving and caring people. The congregation grew rapidly. In 1980, Pastor Dennis Brons was called to serve in Medicine Hat, and Pastor Tom Lighthall succeeded him. During Pastor Lighthall's leadership, the church continued to grow, and in a short time, we were bursting at the seams. We had to make a decision to split the congregation or find a bigger church to accommodate the growth. In 1982, the congregation was divided and the Forest Heights Church was formed under the leadership of Pastor Rudy James. Shortly after, Pastor Lighthall accepted a call to the United States, and Pastor Richard Warman was chosen as our pastor. After 5 successful years, Pastor Warman decided to move on to different pastors and was replaced by Pastor Rudy James, who was assisted by Pastor Kidman, who was an intern. In 1988, Pastor Rudy James retired and Pastor Chris Kidman completed his internship. Pastor John Adams was selected and sent to Bridgeland in 1989 to lead out in the Bridgeland and the Forest Heights churches. In September of that year, we decided that both churches were to be united. The size of the building did not increase, but the membership now was doubled. This led to the decision to sell the building and purchase or build a larger one. The sale of the Bridgeland Church occurred 1 year later. Since a new building was not in sight, we rented the Ascension Lutheran Church at 1432 19th Street Northeast. Every member of our congregation was now actively searching for a new church home, but the Lord had a plan for us. Our investigations took us over a large area of the north and the southeast of Calgary. Several pieces of land and many existing churches were considered, but none was suitable. The Lord brought us back to the Bridgeland area. When one of our members noticed this piece of vacant land adjoining to the Tom Campbell Hill, we discovered that the land belonged to the city, and after a lengthy negotiations, the land was purchased in March of 1992. Preparation for construction started immediately. A groundbreaking ceremony was conducted in June 1993, and construction began in April of 1994. Phase 1 was completed 1 year later, and for the first time in many years, the Bridgeland Seventh-day Adventist congregation worshiped in their own home once again. This facility is a multi-purpose building which includes a thriving daycare with a before and after school program. 7 days a week, this building is in use by various groups, which truly makes it a part of the community. Being in our own church was a true blessing, bringing increased membership that included energetic and spiritual young people. With this energy, enthusiasm, and fervor, we began planning for phase 2. However, This has not been an easy road. Nevertheless, Pastor Adams and our members put together to make this a reality. Construction began in the winter of 1992 with Brother K. Sylvester as project manager for the framing and Brother Willie Higgins for the finishing. However, we had a big setback when Pastor John Adams was called to serve as ministerial secretary and evangelism coordinator for the Alberta Conference of the Seventh-day Adventists. You see, this was Pastor Adams' dream, to have a church for his people. He worked hard to see this dream a reality, but now he had to leave it incomplete. God had someone else who would carry on this work. When Pastor Thomas Bryan was chosen to be our pastor, we thought he was the one to carry on this task, but God delayed his coming. So Brother John Alai, our head elder, and some key members took up the challenge, and this beautiful edifice is now completed, in which we are now worshiping today.